for you. It was very good, wasn't it? Are we back? Are we back? I don't know. Maybe not. But it's very exciting nonetheless. So we're going to talk through that, the thoughts on the first 11, overall performance, who our man of the match was, although I don't think there's much debate to be had there. But we're going to start with some breaking news regarding Rico Lewis. He was linked with a move to Forest during the week, but obviously started yesterday. And he's come out with quotes saying, I never see myself at another club. I've always wanted to play for City. And then goes on to talk further about essentially his chances of playing. If he plays well, he'll play. If he doesn't, he won't. So it sounds like he's happy with his role and happy with the opportunities he's going to be getting. And I'm happy for him to stay. I'd sell Akanji Nunes before I considered selling him. And I think yesterday's game, as I mentioned, we had a lot of the ball, and he tries to pass forward as well, which is something our midfielders and fullbacks don't really do. So very happy that it sounds like he's staying. I mean, he looked pretty silly, wouldn't he, if he left after making quotes like that? And I don't think the money's right for him anyway. 30 million, no. If it was 50, it's a different conversation. But I think he can stay this year. Homegrown player, academy lads, plays reasonably well. Will play better with better players around him, as he mentions in his quotes as well. And hopefully he can crack on and build on yesterday's performance. So, on to yesterday's game. What were your thoughts on the starting 11? I was overall pretty pleased with it. I think my prediction, I got most of them right, apart from, I didn't see Doku starting, I didn't see Bob starting. I thought that would be Shirky and Marmoush, but we'll come on to individuals shortly. So Trafford starting goal. He was nervous, he made me nervous when seeing his name on the team sheet, but I thought yesterday he did everything that was asked for him, and maybe a little bit more as well, particularly with his distribution to Reinders for the third goal. I thought that was excellent. And yeah, he saved some shots, caught a few crosses, looked generally very, very competent. But if the opportunity is there to get Donnarumma, I'd still take that opportunity because, you know, that was Wolves, and they're likely to be at the bottom of the division, towards the bottom of the division this season. His performances in the Championship were good, and then on the Championship team, what's he going to be like in the Champions League? And given his performances in the Premier League last time, we could get a few days after the transfer window shuts, a few games after the transfer window shuts, and be like, what have we done here? Edison's gone, and we've just got Trafford and Ortega. So I think I'd get Donnarumma if that's an opportunity to have, which it looks like it is. It looks like Edison is going to go, although there is some discrepancy in the valuation at the moment. But it looks like that'll probably happen, I think. Hopefully this week. But yeah, Trafford overall very, very, very good. Big thumbs up and a good start to his sort of new City career, I suppose. Left back, Aït-Nouri, I thought he coped with it well. I thought we were a little bit vulnerable on his side from time to time. He didn't close down when I thought he should have done. Did close down when he should have stepped off. It's a little bit hit and miss, I thought, but I thought he did reasonably well, particularly as his debut away his old team. Yeah, no complaints really. It's 6.5, 7 out of 10, I suppose, for him. Diaz, back to how we know he can play, which he wasn't doing last season for the most part. So, yeah, hopefully he can, take that performance yesterday and build on that. And then what do we have next to him? We had Johnny Stones. I mean, wow, he was brilliant, wasn't he? He was brilliant. And, we always say if he can stay fit. Well, we said that about Reece James and said that about Ledley King, but get John Stones fit and on the pitch. I wouldn't mess about with him. I'd say, listen, there's no cup games for you until if we get to the serious end of it, then maybe you can play then. And even some, sort of easy home games, some Champions League group games, sit him out of them. But up until now, the international break, I play him every game. I start him every game and then pretend he's injured for the international break so he can have a good rest there. Because I don't think he needs to play every game of every minute to get in the England team. I think if he's fit at the end of the season, he'd go into the World Cup anyway. So I don't think Tuchel really needs to see him run around against whoever it is who've got an international break. I think it's all very clear John Stones, his qualities, and it's just about can he be fit enough to display them like he did yesterday. So hopefully he can. He brings so much to our team when he's fit. and playing like that. So, yeah, great performance from him. Nico G, he started. Pleased to see him start. I thought he played well. I thought he played reasonably well. Is it me, though? Not a negative. I'm not going to say it's a negative. I'd say it's not even a concern. I'd say it's a slight observation. Is he a bit soft? Leighton Orient taken off in his debut. And also lack of stamina as well. Taken off against Tottenham in the league last year, and then again on the floor yesterday. I don't know. It's a slight minor observation and a minor negative in what was overall a very good display. But something I'll keep my eye on because, you need someone robust in that position, don't you? Going back to De Jong, Fernandinho, Rodri, you've got to be able to play and withstand the rigours of Premier League midfield. So slight observation, not a concern. But yeah, overall, very good performance from him. Captain Bernardo, I thought he was absolutely fantastic in the first half. In particular, I thought he was everywhere. I thought that was a real good captain's performance. And I think if he puts performance in midfield like that, we don't have anything to worry about with seeing his name on the team sheet. I said I want to see one of him, but him, Gundo or Kovacic. We did only see one. And, with other legs around him, other creative players around him, yeah, wonderful. Great performance. Fantastic. And then we come to Reinders. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, what is there left to say about this guy? I said after the Club World Cup, he fits like a glove. I said the Palermo game, he played well. I thought he started a bit sloppy. There was a time in the first half when he was waiting to receive the ball and the Wolves players had come from behind and took it off him, which I thought, oh, hello, this isn't Serie A anymore. This is the Premier League. And, well, after that, the rest is history, isn't it? His pass to Rico Lewis. I thought everything he did was the right pace. The pass to Rico, so Rico had one choice to make, just knock it across goal. His goal, he's run off the ball and then first time, weaker left foot, bottom corner, first time. And he's pulled back to Haaland again, drove through midfield, 1-2 with, I think it was Bob, and then cuts it back to Haaland. So Haaland again, comes onto it, perfect pace. And, he's rightfully given the man of the match. I noticed Jamie Redknapp said he was a bit lucky with his dribble to set up Lewis's for the assist. I don't think he was lucky at all. I think he knew exactly what he was doing. And I thought he dribbled perfectly. And I thought the pass was amazing. Note to self, don't listen to Jamie Redknapp too often. Right, okay, so Reinders, clear man of the match. I'm not going to go through player ratings. I thought everyone was 7.5, 8.5 out of 10. Apart from the man we're going to come on to now, Doku. I don't like slagging players off, really. I don't like, particularly after a 4-0 win, it sounds like I'm trying to create something that doesn't exist. But I thought he was pretty poor. I thought he did one good thing when he took the defender on and got brought down. But the fullback didn't get booked for it. I thought it was a disgrace. I thought the ref, we'll just speak about the ref for a moment. His first half performance, that referee, the amount of yellow cards Wolves could have had, it's got to be 3 or 4 he could have had, but he let it all go. And then Reinders does something on 55 minutes. And because it's a certain time of the game, you're allowed to not do it anymore. You get away with it all first half, kind of in the second half. But again, Reinders got booked. I was like, get him off. We need him for Spurs. But no, he's a bright boy and didn't put another tackle in for the rest of the game, I don't think. And certainly didn't come close to getting the second yellow anyway. So again, big up to Reinders. But yeah, back to Doku. I don't rate him at all. But I thought yesterday, he doesn't look like it's his third year and he's ready to kick on, does he? It's the same old things. I know it's a back five. I know it's a bit difficult for him, but that's the job. That's the job he applied for, to be winger for City. And I know he's played for right wing for Rennes, and once upon a time he played right wing. But no, I'm not having him. And I maintain if Savio goes and we get Rodrigo, I think Doku will put his hand up and say, "Can I go as well?" Because I don't see it. You've got to bear in mind, Foden wasn't on the pitch yesterday. Cherky come on. Oscar Bob, we'll come on to in a minute, was brilliant. So I don't see where Doku fits. Particularly as a £40 million player who wants to go to the World Cup with Belgium. I don't see where he fits. He's not going to be happy to come off the bench. Well, if he is. Then that's not a conversation, is it? But yeah, I think he'll go. I think he'll go before the end of the window. I don't know anything. That's just my hunch that he's going to go if we get Rodrigo. Oscar Bob. Surprised to see him start, but good to see he got the nod, and he was brilliant. He was brilliant. He's dribbling, he's pressing. I thought was second to none. his availability to receive the ball, taking on wingers, intelligence of pass, his movement. He's got everything, hasn't he? He's got everything. So again, can we just keep him fit, please? He had a bad injury, a few knocks and bruises towards the end of last season, so he couldn't play. But yeah, the Palermo game in particular and yesterday, it bodes very, very well for him. And then finally in the starting 11 was Erling Haaland. Again, I'm going to start with a slight negative. It might be a big negative as the season goes on. Who knows? You can't edit. You can't edit, can you? The first one, I thought, maybe. Could he have done better? Yeah, probably. But first day, a bit rusty. Let's move on. These things happen. But the second one, come on, that's got to go in. That's got to go in. Got to go in, hasn't it? I don't know what else to say. It's just got to go in. But let's put those to one side because he obviously scored. I think his link-up play was good again. That's obviously getting better. And his goals, he got 2 goals, and his second goal was superb. You get players around him creating chances, and he'll obviously score goals. So I think he's got to be looking at 40 league goals this season. I think he'll be the league leading scorer, without a shadow of a doubt, really, if he stays fit. Because if you've got players like Reinders, Bob, looks like Cherky, could create. Foden when he gets on, Rodri back fit. Like Norway throwing crosses in, as long as he's looking to head it. Then I think he's on for a better season than last season anyway. Much better season than last season. And the subs, I won't go through them all individually, but I thought it was interesting. Cherky came on. What a goal! What a goal! I mean, the back heel, then the step over, then the shot. Yeah, perfect. But the Wolves fan was right, wasn't it? It did become an easy place to play once we got comfortable. I think half the Wolves fans had gone home by the time Cherky scored. And then who else do we have? O'Reilly coming in midfield. I think that's a good sign. Again, I don't think he did a lot, but just nice for him to get minutes in midfield. And Kusanov coming on. Good. I'm glad he come on. I didn't see Akanji on the bench, so apologies if he wasn't. But I think it's interesting that Kusanov come on before Akanji. And here's another one, Akanji. I've got a feeling he will go before the transfer window shuts. I think we need to trim the squad. Kusanov getting on before him, I think he's big. And I think that's the sort of the message to him that, right, come on. You start to look like you were brilliant for us for 2 years. Now you look like a £15 million Borussia Dortmund defender. So, yeah, the door's there. I think he could probably get in the Swiss squad anyway from a City, if he's just in a City squad. So the pressure for him to leave probably isn't as big as someone like Doku or Savinho seem to think it is. Savinho, Jesus, yeah. If he doesn't fancy the fight, yeah, he knows where the door to Spurs is. But yeah, so I think Akanji might go. Actually, that's my hunch. Again, not from an in the know perspective, but that's just my hunch. And man of the match, Reinders, season predictions. I've sort of touched on them already, but Haaland leads go in the league. Reinders will be our player of the season. Cherky will be our young player of the season, I think. If we win the league, Reinders will get in the Premier League Team of the Year. But will we win the league? My hunch says no. I think we'll finish second, but a good second. And I think that's important to be a good second. We don't want to be down, many points off. But third is the worst, and I think first is more likely for Liverpool. But I think we'll finish second, but maybe first. Sorry, that was my daughter just putting her head around the corner there, trying to say hello, see what Daddy was up to. But okay, so she might be hungry, so I'm going to wrap this up. But I'll just finish with United and Arsenal, the game of no losers as far as City are concerned. If Arsenal win, it's a bit bad for City, but United have lost, which is always fun, and that'll be straight over the Stretford paddock. And if United win, again, it's a bit shit when United win, isn't it? But again, we don't lose because Arsenal have dropped points. And then if it's a draw, well, if you want to win the league, you should be beating United, shouldn't you? So again, I'd see that as Arsenal's dropped points. But I think with Amorim this season, there's a phrase that I quite like, which goes something like this: "A flower is a weed with an advertising budget," and I think that's all Amorim is. He's Ten Hag in a nice coat and a bit smoother and a bit better with the PR than Ten Hag was. And I think he'll be gone pretty quickly. And as for Arsenal and Arteta, he's got to do the business, hasn't he? He's got to win the league or win something. As far as the Arsenal fans are concerned, I'm not sure if the board see it that way. They might be happy with top four. But you spent the dough. They've got Zubimendi. They've got other players in, including Gyökeres. So, Arsenal, off you go. You've got everything you need, apparently. So, yeah, off you go. The floor is yours. So, I'll watch that this evening. Late afternoon, isn't it? Sorry, UK time, late afternoon. And so I'll watch it pretty relaxed, really, and hope for have a good few laughs at their expense. Okay, so that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell and drop me a comment, please. All helps with the algorithm. And we're back later this week. I'll do a video during the week, probably about transfers, and then we'll do a Spurs review. I'll be watching that in Ibiza with hopefully Asan. I think I'm meeting Asan from 9320 over there next Saturday, so I'll watch that with him. So I'll do the review and the preview from my hotel room. All the best. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and thanks for joining. Take care.